Hey everyone, welcome back to Dunk Talk. Let's talk Lakers. Looks like rumors have come back again, circling around Myles Turner, but this time with the Clippers actually trying to get him, or at least be in the race for him. So, Lakers have started off this year pretty crappy, hitting 3 wins out of 13 games, so 3 wins, 10 losses. They actually ended up beating the Brooklyn Nets, surprisingly. Of course, they didn't have Kyrie or Simmons, but I guess on the flip side, Lakers didn't have LeBron either. But anyway, Lakers beat them 116 to 103. I think this victory kind of gave a little bit of hope again for the players to at least stay in the running and try hard with every game. I think Coach Darvin Ham has actually done a pretty decent job of at least keeping these players mentally proactive and not letting their sights off the main goal of winning a championship. But I think this year's probably going to be a wash for them overall. But circling back to Myles Turner, of course, all of this year and even parts of last season, there's been discussions about bringing Buddy Hield over, bringing Myles Turner over, and getting rid of Russell Westbrook's contract and shipping Russell Westbrook over to Indiana. Now, granted, I think the first few games, Russell Westbrook was just his old self like last year. But all of a sudden, with Ham bringing Westbrook off the bench, things kind of turned around for the better, and Russ is actually playing much better with the second unit. There are occasional times where Ham will kind of throw him in at the 7 minute mark of the first quarter, so he's still kind of running it with the starters, but still overall just coming off the bench seems to be working. Now, Eric Pincus's Bleacher Report, he reported that LA Clippers could now stand in the way of a potential deal with the Pacers after showing interest in Lakers target, Myles Turner. I don't think that bringing on Myles Turner or Buddy Hield at this point would really make that much of a difference. If we're looking at Lakers as a bottom, maybe 11 or 12 seed, I think at best bringing these two guys, where Turner is still relatively injury prone, but even if you bring him in, we're probably looking at the 7th or 8th seed at best. That still gives them the contention to run in the playoffs, but I don't really know if it's actually going to help them win a championship. And if they have to give 2 first-round picks in order to get Hield and Turner, it might not be worth destroying whatever future they have of actual first-round picks. But anyway, back to Eric Pincus. He was mentioning that much has been made of the perceived trade stalemate between Indiana Pacers and the Lakers, but the Clippers may yet change that conversation entirely. So Pincus added that the Pacers are understood to be looking to look at other trade partners due to Lakers not wanting to add the 2027 and 2029 first round picks in that Westbrook deal. Now, with that being said, Pacers still seem fairly adamant that they're only going to make this trade if they get those 2 picks, and still Lakers are not willing to make that commitment. So, thank God on Rob Pelinka's part, since I am a Lakers fan overall, that he hasn't committed to this, because I feel like he would literally just be washing away the Lakers' future. Now, something else to consider, the Pacers, they could be using the Clippers to try to pressure the Lakers into a deal for both firsts. Maybe this is just one of those negotiation tactics to kind of get a fire lit under Rob Pelinka to see if he'll cave. But I guess there is a source that believes that Indiana has enough skepticism to move on from the Lakers, if Clippers are really serious about this. Now, surprisingly, the Pacers, they were supposed to be a team that was going to tank this year in the Wembanyama sweepstakes. But, the Pacers, they're off to a surprisingly good start with, a 6-6 record, despite seemingly initiating a rebuild of the team earlier this year. Now, ironically, that could only encourage Indiana to ship Turner and Hield quicker in hopes of landing Wembanyama in the 2023 NBA draft. But we'll see exactly what Pacers are actually going to do and whether that means that they trade with Clippers right around this trade schedule that's probably going to happen in December. Now, this pick will come with the right to select Wembanyama, and he's widely considered to be one of the more exciting prospects since LeBron James. From what I've seen in his play and all of the highlights, I mean, the kid's absolutely incredible. He looks like a freaking avatar playing amongst children in the NBA. I mean, the guy is anywhere from 7'3" to 7'5", depending on his shoe sole size. But regardless, I mean, he moves as quickly as AD. He's as tall as, at least a few inches, I think, shorter than, taller than Shaq, but shorter than Yao Ming. Regardless, his speed, athleticism, ability to do a pull-up jumper from 3 or pretty much anywhere on the court, the fact that he can get 5 to 6 block shots a game is pretty frightening. I mean, he makes NBA players that are 6'10" look like, they're half his size or something. Either way, looking at the Lakers' future, I'm not optimistic. Personally, I think they're done for the next decade until LeBron James leaves and until Anthony Davis leaves. As much as I love them, I just really do feel like they're getting old. AD is a bit fragile, and it's just a scary team to be a part of during this LeBron effect of, what he's done to Cleveland and Miami, essentially. Fortunately, a lot of Lakers players are on one-year deals, so at least they can clean house. But when they really start from scratch after this LeBron and AD era is over, only having 2 picks in 2027 and 2029 is a bit scary. I know Pelinka is used to, I guess, buying second-round picks to kind of fill in his roster, especially with people like Max Christie, which, in my opinion, he's not that bad, actually. I've seen his games recently, and even if he's not shooting well, he's at least doing other things defensively and getting a bunch of rebounds. But still, post-LeBron and AD era is going to be a scary era for the Lakers. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully they can pull things around. Anyway, please like and subscribe. We'll have another video out tomorrow.